I'm Will Bevan. I'm state rep for Buffalo Trace Distillery. We're here at the club at Richfields in Kingsport, Tennessee. It's a Bourbon Bluegrass and BBQ festival. This is for the Kresge Crew Foundation. It represents autism. All the money that we come up with here gets donated to charity. We've raised over $30,000 for charities for Autism Foundation. People get to come in and sample bourbons from all around the world, get to taste some barbecue and listen to some bluegrass music. We're lucky enough to have our master distiller here, Harlan Wheatley. He is the master distiller for Buffalo Trace, most award-winning distillery in the world, so we're very proud of that. And here's Harlan.
My name's Harlan Wheatley. I'm the master distiller at Buffalo Trace Distillery, and I've been the distiller there for almost 20 years. And we've been distilling on site for about 240 years. Coming to Kingsport for this event is something I really like to do because a couple of reasons. I actually lived here when I was younger. I lived in Jonesboro for about 5 years with my family when I was young, and we moved back. But I've got 3 uncles that live here in town, and so when I come down, it's like a family reunion. I really enjoy it, and the cause is a great cause. It's autism for children, and anything we can do for that is a great thing. It's usually at a good time of year, and the facilities are fantastic, and so it's a nice event. It's great for people to come in and enjoy themselves, and all for a good cause. A little background on how I became a distiller. I went to school. First, my family was in the business. We've got a family in the distilling business, both legally and illegally. But our distillery went out during Prohibition, but I went to school as a chemical engineer. My degree's in chemical engineering, and I also got a degree in chemistry. I grew up about 50 miles from the distillery. I went to school at University of Kentucky, which is about 20 miles east of the distillery. And all of our family lives there close, and I didn't want to leave home. I wanted to stay pretty close to home. And so there's not a whole lot of jobs for chemical engineers around town, and I knew about the distilling industry all over. So really, luckily I had an opportunity with Buffalo Trace. The distiller at the time was looking for an apprentice, somebody to study under him, and when I graduated, I went to work for him for 10 years. And then once he retired, then I took his position. So it's been kind of a traditional roadmap for me. Yeah, what it means to be a bourbon, there's regulations that are put forth by Congress, and I call it kind of the field of play. And within those 4 corners of the field, like you have to distill it at less than 160 proof. You have to make it with grain, and it has to have at least 51% corn in it. So you can't have corn and strawberries and things like that. It has to be aged in a new charred oak barrel. And all these things are designed to basically protect the flavor. But within those corners of that field, you can do things differently. So like what we do, we have 5 different recipes. And that gives it those different flavors. But you have to operate within the rules in order to be called a bourbon. You can't add anything to it either. It's completely natural. So the only thing you can add is water. So it comes out of the barrel typically around 135 proof, and you can add a little water to cut it down. Most people bottle bourbons at about 80 proof. Now we feel like 90 proof is about right, so most of our bourbons are 90 proof. We do have a few that are bottled in bond at 100. And then, of course, we've got barrel strength bourbons, if you really like the flavor of the bourbons. We have won a few awards where the distillery has won more awards than any distillery in the world. We just won another award this past in 2014, the Distiller of the Year with Whiskey Advocate magazine. And I've been nominated twice for the James Beard Foundation Awards. And we continue to win awards, and I do credit most of that because our products are great. We've got great people, and when you put those 2 things together, it's a winning combination, that's for sure.